Thomas with Keller Williams here in St Augustine, Florida. And if you're looking for everything you need to know about eating, working, sleeping, and all the questions you might have about St. Augustine, then this is the channel for you. So go ahead and tap that subscribe button below, like the video, and comment if you have any additional questions about living or moving to St. Augustine. Like I've said before, we've got videos coming out every single week, so make sure you subscribe so that you stay in the know about everything going on here in our beautiful town. We've got people reaching out to us all the time, so that's a call, text, or email. I'd love to be able to help out. So that's a call, text, or email, goes directly to my phone. I'd love to help. Now, we are going to cover all the questions that I've received on YouTube, and the first one that I'm going to cover is the most recent question I've had, which is, when we see builder prices on Zillow, does that include the land and the associated costs with permits, etc.? And that is a great question, and that really is going to be specific to each individual community that you are interested in. So there's certain builders that package everything, so the lot, the land, the upgrades, everything goes into that one sales price. And there's other builders who they'll put the sales price online, but if you're wanting to put that certain floor plan on this certain lot with a preserve or water view, then the lot is going to cost maybe $10,000, $20,000 or $150,000 extra depending on the community that you go to. So it just depends on what area you're interested, what builder you're interested, because all of them do things a little bit differently. The next question I got is, you keep stating the HOAs as per year. Don't you mean per month? Also, what does that include? Lawn care? Are these golf cart friendly neighborhoods? So that is a lot of questions in one. The first thing I'm going to say is that HOAs can be both annual and they can be monthly. It just depends on that individual association. Where I think this person was asking the question is, I was talking about CDDs and HOA, and CDD and HOA are pretty much the same thing in terms of, what you're thinking for your monthly expenses. Just think of a CDD as another form or another way to say an HOA. CDD stands for a community development district, and those are paid along with your taxes at the end of the year. So that is an annual payment, or however you pay taxes. And the third question that I've gotten is, hey, thanks for the info, but what about the areas southwest of St. Augustine? So it's hard to get an idea of exactly where you're talking about, but if you're talking about southwest of like downtown St. Augustine, you could mean maybe Hastings, you could mean Palatka, you could mean Palm Coast, you could mean Flagler Beach. It really just depends what you're talking about. But all of those areas are, within a 30-minute to an hour drive of St. Augustine and downtown area. They all have a lot lower home prices than you would have here in St. Augustine. So it is a good option if you're not looking to be in the hustle and bustle of St. Augustine. You can look in the surrounding areas. I know Palatka, they have a nice little downtown there. It's also like one of the places you can go fishing. So if you're a boater, they have tons of waterfront property out there that you can get. And then you can go hang out and just live the lake life or live the river life, whatever you want to do. The next question is going to be, St. Augustine looks amazing. I would love to have more information about the mountain bike trail. Thanks for sharing. So the mountain bike trail that I go to is called the Malacompra Trail. It is off of A1A, the scenic route in the northern section of Palm Coast. That's not to say that there aren't other biking routes here in St. Augustine. I just choose to do the mountain bike routes because that's what I like to do. But there are other scenic routes you can take here in St. Augustine if you're looking to do that. But if you are looking to go mountain biking, that's honestly the best option that I've found, is going to the Malacompra Trail. They have intermediate, they have beginner, they experience sections of the trail that also have workarounds for the people that aren't as experienced. So if you hit an experienced section, they have like a 295 or a roundabout for someone else that's not as experienced. So it's really a great trail for almost anyone. Aside from that, you can park across the street at Bing's Landing, so that's really easy to access, and then you can go to the beach if you want to right there. There is another trail about 10 minutes away from that. It's called Graham Swamp Trail. If you are a little bit more of an intermediate or experienced mountain biker, then you probably want to head down there because they have higher inclines and descents, which is something that I really like. Any chance of having a video comparison of Jacksonville versus Tampa? Now, I don't really frequent Tampa all that often. I mean, I've been probably 2 times in my entire time of living here, so it's not somewhere that I care to go to. Though I've seen on all the national reports that Tampa is leading the charge in terms of people relocating. So if they're not going to Miami or Jacksonville, they're more than likely heading to Tampa. So that is somewhere to look if you are interested in a growing metropolitan area. Tampa might be the place for you. I know a lot more about Jacksonville because it is closer to me here. My sister lives in Jacksonville. I have a whole bunch of friends that live there as well. I've done a couple of deals up in Jacksonville, but it's not exactly my forte, my cup of tea. It's also out of my driving range of really where I want to go. So that's where I stick to St. Augustine, Palm Coast, and really the south side of Jacksonville. But if you are looking for a metropolitan area, where you can go to Jack's Beach and have like a great downtown, like Jack's Beach vibe kind of, restaurants, bars, all that good stuff, Jack's Beach is a great place to go. Downtown is being redeveloped as we speak. I know for years and years they've been trying to plan to do something down there, but as of now you drive by and you're seeing cranes left and right. So it is an exciting time to move into Jacksonville if you are looking for a more metropolitan city type of feel comparatively to St. Augustine. Jacksonville is the largest city geographically in the United States. It is humongous. It's in Duval County and it takes up pretty much all of Duval County if I'm correct on that, but you can look at it on a map and check it out for yourself. But the average sale price there is going to be around $400,000 for a single family home. And the next question is, does it feel cooler around Jacksonville than Orlando or down south? I'm reading that areas around Jacksonville feels like it has a third season. So we are about 2 hours north of Orlando. So really the temperature, it's tropical in both areas, but we differ on average. It gets a little bit colder here, about 5 degrees on average colder than it is down in Orlando. And during the summer, it's 1 degree hotter in Orlando than it is here. So it's really a negligible difference, but that's totally up to you in terms of what you find too cold or not too cold, or too hot, not too hot. But we do have a third season here in St. Augustine, in Jacksonville area. We do get a little bit of a chill. Right now, I think it's about 65 degrees out, and I'm going to have to put a Patagonia sweatshirt on as I go outside. That's on the colder end for most Floridians. That's when you see people bust out jackets. Can you share some information on the cost of utilities? Is it common for homeowners to invest in solar panels for their home? Do you think there is a need for energy efficiency? So about 80% of our market here, our inventory of homes, is relatively new if you're coming comparatively to all the homes in the United States. So I lived in New York, I lived in Jersey, I lived in Pennsylvania. All of the housing inventory there for the most part was built before the 1950s and 60s. So the homes here are more in the 20 to 30-year-old range. So our inventory is relatively new comparatively to the rest of the country. We do have some really, really old buildings here. We are the nation's oldest city, but in terms of total housing inventory, we have a really young housing inventory. And with that young housing inventory, that means that these homes are more energy efficient. So I'm not sure if there's necessarily a need for more energy efficient if you're coming from an area that has these older homes that needs these upgrades, because of how poor the standards were back in the day. Here it's a little bit different because a lot of our homes are brand new. Now, you asked about solar panels as well. I do see a lot of solar panels popping up here. We are in the Sunshine State. We get a ton of sun year round. So as long as you don't have too much tree coverage, I do see people utilizing solar panels. And I also see them being utilized for heat for pools as well. So there is an opportunity if you are looking to add, maybe heating for pools, or if you're looking to add solar panels, you can definitely do that here. Now, in terms of the cost of utilities, I pay about $150 a month. I live in a townhome that's about 1,200 square feet. So if you're looking for a 2,400 square foot, you may as well double that utility cost. But that really just depends on your use. Just for me, for an example, I keep my house 76 degrees during the day, 72 degrees at night for when I go to sleep. And that's it. That's throughout the entire year. So that doesn't change. In the summer, of course, it's going to cost me a little bit more, but on average, I'd say it's going to be about $150 per month for my utility cost. The 8th question on our list is going to be, do you group St. Augustine South with St. Augustine Shores? Or are they totally different? Where would you personally rank St. Augustine Shores if it made the list? So this is in reference to the top 10 places to live within St. Augustine, and that is based off of niche.com. So St. Augustine South ranked on that list at number 8, and in comparison, St. Augustine Shores ranked on that list at number 12. They're both on a stretch of US 1. They're actually neighboring communities. So St. Augustine South is south of actually St. Augustine South. I know it's a little confusing. So St. Augustine South is more north than St. Augustine Shores, just to reiterate that. But St. Augustine South is a no HOA community. It borders the intercoastal. There's a boat ramp, there's hiking trails within the community, and most of the homes are going to be sitting on a 1/10 of an acre to 1/4 of an acre within the community. Now, comparing that to St. Augustine Shores, that is very similar in terms of housing and lot size. The homes tend to be a little bit smaller, but there are newer construction homes that are a little bit bigger than what you're going to find in St. Augustine South, where you're not going to find too many new construction homes. St. Augustine Shores does also have a HOA, so it is a monthly HOA. I think it's around $30, so it's very minimal. So you do have access to the amenities that St. Augustine Shores does provide. There's also a golf course within St. Augustine Shores, so if you're a golfer, you do have a decent course within that area there too that you can access. The 9th question I came across was, why don't you mention Palm Coast? Well, my channel is living in St. Augustine, so that's kind of my main focus, but Palm Coast is just south of me, and I do a good bit of business within the city of Palm Coast, which is in Flagler County. St. Augustine's in St. Johns County, and the county south of us is going to be Flagler County, which Palm Coast takes up the majority of Flagler County. Now, within Palm Coast, you're going to be able to find pretty much on every single house is going to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a 2-car garage, roughly around 1,700 to 2,200 square feet, and the lots are going to be about 80 by 125. That's probably 90 to 95% of the inventory within Palm Coast. So if you're looking for a residential feel and get that type of space, you're going to get more bang for your buck in Palm Coast because the average price point is a little bit lower than St. Augustine. The 10th question I got is, do you think it's more residential between Palm Coast and St. Augustine? So I'm thinking that you're talking about the distance between the two, and the two main connectors between Palm Coast and St. Augustine is going to be A1A, and it's also going to be US1. A1A is lining the beach, and if you're looking for a more residential beach feel, then yes, you can definitely find that within that portion of A1A between the north end of Palm Coast and the south end of St. Augustine. Because there's really not much there. It's one road, which is A1A. So there's beach homes on the right, and there's several communities on the left, and there's not a whole bunch of commercial opportunity there. There is one stretch along A1A, which is just north of Sea Colony, kind of by the Washington Oaks monument down in North Palm Coast. That has like dirt roads and single-family houses, and then beach access right there. So it's a really cool community just north of Sea Colony and Palm Coast. The next question I got is taking a shot at Pizza Time, which is downtown in St. Augustine, and how it could be the number 2 pizza in the entire United States. So I wasn't sure what this person had there, but their main slice is called the grandma slice. So if you didn't get the grandma slice there, maybe you didn't have the number 2 pizza. I did the same mistake myself. I went and I just got like a regular half cheese, half pepperoni pie. And I was like, well, this is a pretty good pizza, but I mean, I wouldn't say it like blew the roof off or anything. You know, I thought it was a pretty good pie. That was it. But I then learned it's actually their grandma slice that is the number 2 rated pizza in the entire country. That was also several years ago, and of course they're still keeping that advertisement up in their window, but it's still great pizza either way. Just make sure that when you do go down there, you're bringing cash because they are cash only and there's normally a line. The next question I got was about the local zip codes that surround St. Augustine City. So if you're looking to live within a 20-minute commute to downtown St. Augustine, then this is probably what you're going to look at in these zip codes. It's going to be 32080, 32084, 32086, and 32095. These are all the zip codes that are really abutting to the downtown St. Augustine area. So if you're looking to be close to downtown and all the history and the restaurants and nightlife there, then these zip codes are where you want to stick. The next question I got is this area a safe area? I legally am not allowed to answer that question, but what I can do is point you in the right direction. So if you are concerned about safety or crime in the area, go ahead and reach out to me directly and I can get you the resource of the resource. So I'll send you the information directly so you can see for yourself and compare it to where you live currently. The 14th question I got was, is it actually safe to lay out on the beach? Are there areas within the beach that you can lay out with no cars? So the answer to that is yes. There's just areas where it's just foot traffic and no cars are allowed. But the area that there are cars, the majority of the area is designated for foot traffic, for laying out, for setting up a canopy and hanging out. Whatever you want to do, but essentially the farthest western part of the beach is designated for a one-way driving lane that everyone parks off to the far right. So you're heading south majority of the time when you access the beach. So you get on and you head south as you go down to the beach. Pretty much all your parking is going to be immediately right as you're heading up the dunes. The rest of the area, which is probably 75% of the beach, 2/3 of the beach, is going to be designated for foot traffic and for laying out, playing with your kids in the sand, whatever that is. The next question is for someone that's moving with kids or toddlers. They specifically want to know if there's any movie nights or any festivals that they have locally for the people in the area. And the answer to that question is yes. It definitely depends where you live, but most neighborhoods, whether it's HOA or non-HOA, has something that they do that's community driven. I know in St. Augustine Beach, every Wednesday during the summer, they have live music at the pier there. So if you wanted to go do that, you can. They also do host movie nights throughout the year. Some HOA communities, they have food truck Fridays. I know one HOA community, Nocatee, they did a holiday golf cart where everyone dressed up their golf carts in the Christmas spirit and drove them around. They have a parade. So there's tons of things to do if you are interested in doing family-friendly events. The next question I got was about tree-lined neighborhoods and also family-friendly neighborhoods. Now, there are neighborhoods that are a lot more mature. They have a lot more trees that have grown up, but you also have to think we do have a ton of new construction, so a lot of the neighborhoods aren't as mature. They don't have that natural landscaping as some of the non-HOA older communities do. So that's something to keep in mind if you are looking for new construction. But that really totally depends on what you guys want to do as a family. Are you the type of family that likes to go to the beach very often? Do you want to be able to walk there? Do you want to go see sunrise at the beach? Or are you thinking, you know what, maybe I'm more of an amenity center family. I'll drive to the beach when I want to. I want to have the massive amenity center where my kids can ride around on a golf cart, go there and hang out. I don't got to be there, and they can go and be safe and have fun. You know, that totally depends on you as a parent and your family as a whole. So if you are interested in something like that, reach out to me directly and tell me what you're looking for, and I can guide you in the right direction. The last question, and it's kind of a spoof questions from my buddy, is how I'm not wanting to zip line over alligators. Me, myself personally, I have ziplined in the past. I ziplined in Puerto Rico, doing it like Ironman style, so completely flat, going like 40 miles an hour over the mountains, and way higher than anything they have over at the alligator farm. But if you want to, you're an adrenaline junkie, you can go ahead and you can zip line over alligators. Me, myself personally, if I fall and die off a zip line, I just don't want to fall off and possibly die or be injured within an alligator pit. It just seems like, you know, a little too much risk for no reward, really. You know, oh great, you don't get a t-shirt or anything. So I zip line over alligators, you know, I don't care. You know, so that's why I don't want to do it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you gained a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of insight into the questions that people have had here about moving to St. Augustine. If you did, please do me that solid and tap that subscribe button below, like the video, and comment if you have any additional questions that I might be able to address in a later video. Like I've said before, we've got people reaching out to us all the time. So that's a call, text, or email, goes directly to my phone. So that's a call, text, or email. I'm here to help.